Hello, Mr. Arkady.
Oh, yes. Hi, how are you?
I could be better, but I'm good. I'm grateful that you called me back. Thank you.
Oh, of course, of course. Yeah, let me know what happened. I'm happy to help. Let me know what happened to you.
So we briefly spoke around December 22nd, and I was in a car as a passenger. I wore my seatbelt. The person that was driving is also a lawyer themselves.
Oh,
We had
yeah,
not
yeah.
not
I
for
think I remember. I think I remember this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
He is a New York State driver's license. I'm on Florida driver's license, and the incident happened in Richfield in a parking lot of a home where there were no other vehicles, plenty of space, and plenty of light. And he backed up into the
And
wall.
what state is that in? Richfield? Is that Connecticut?
Uh, yes, sir.
Okay. And what was the date of the date of the crash?
July 25th, 2024.
Oh, okay. So it's fairly recent. And then what was how did it happen? How did the crash happen?
I was on the phone when that happened. As soon as I got in, I clipped my seatbelt, and he just backed up uh, super fast into the wall. He has both, so he has a hinge, so there was no damage to his car. On the other hand, my body went up, so my head hit the top of the car, the hood, and then on the way down, I hit also on the side, the seat, uh, so my jaw, my neck, and then I ended up really being smashed down. I held both of my hands so I could like attenuate the crush down, and then going forward, I had my eye hurting, my jaw, my neck, shoulders, needles down my arms, and then down my back and down my legs.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. And then do you have an attorney handling it already? Do you have somebody handling it?
Yes, I do, but unfortunately, the communication has not been at all flowing. For example, just the automotive report should have been sent a long time ago. I had to request it in writing and only got it June 4th. Umbrella, he told me many times over the phone that there was no umbrella, but we had a conversation in September and he told me there was umbrella. And then finally, I started writing formal requests to him and asking him. He's like, oh, maybe I'll write an affidavit, but I'm pretty sure there is none. And then finally, when I said, you need to file a motion, you need to understand, because May 5th, I'll tell you all the things I had.
So let me ask you this: did he file a lawsuit? Is the case in court yet or not yet?
No,
Oh, so it's just a claim, right? He hasn't even filed a lawsuit, so it's just a claim at
no, no, we haven't gone there. I didn't even want him to file a lawsuit because nor is he. I remember at the time when I spoke to you, sir, you said he wasn't even a trial attorney.
Oh, who is it? Just remind me. Which lawyer do you have? Is it a law firm or is it just an individual? Like a
To the best of my knowledge, he's only an individual. His name is.
Yeah, I could do a search maybe on the verdict search to see. But if I said before he's not a trial lawyer, maybe I did a search and probably didn't have any results.
Yes, you did, sir. And you also did on the driver whose name is.
And then what type of injury did you sustain? Have you been diagnosed with anything yet with the doctors?
Yes, yes, yes. So, okay, this is what happened. July 25th, the accident happened. I asked him, please, ask he said, why don't you call my insurance companies? I'll take care of it. But I'm like, you need to do a DMV report. He didn't do one until August 7th. But July 29th, he sent me baclofen, which I believe are pills to calm muscle relaxant.
Wait, who sent you that? Oh, the defendant?
Yeah.
No, but but did you get any medical care with doctors?
Yes, 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 yes. So I had chiropractor. I saw two orthopedic doctor. I did MRI on my neck and on my back. This is in the U.S. because after I left to the States, I saw also two. neurologists, one in face to face, and the other one was only video, but all the others were face to face. I have all the medical reports. So for my C's, initially from C2 to, I believe, to C7, they could see the pinches. So they had recommended arthroplasty. And uh, the neurosurgeon and the two other orthopedic doctor recommended a fusion. In
Oh,
between, I
wow.
did chiropractor.
So that's pretty serious. If you need a fusion or arthroplasty, that's really serious. And how old are you? What's your age?
I'm 51, sir, and in December I had 2 epidurals because I wasn't really walking. I couldn't do laundry or wash, so I did one on my L5S1, and then I did one on my C2. And then by beginning of January, my family came, my sister and my parents were like, "Listen, let's go to doctors." So I went back to Tunisia. I saw more orthopedic doctors, surgeons. I said, "I need an L5 fusion." And what I did at the end, I wanted a specialist in Paris. And he said, okay, before the L5S1, because you're so reluctant, because in 2012, I had a disectomy, but not because of a car accident. In May 5th, I did a micro-frequency ablation on L5S1. He gave me about 7 pills. And now that they're, I stopped that treatment, I have to say the sciatica is much better. However, neck and back are still coming back because tried to start. I'm a tutor. I teach online, and I tried an interpreter, and I tried to teach like I used to. I used to be able to teach 8 hours, and there's no way I can even do like a full hour. Yesterday, I had a 1 hour and a half class, and I told my student, "Listen, I need 20 minutes after 45 minutes," and then I tried again. So I'm not even able to go.
No, that sounds like a good case. Yeah, if this lawyer is not really, litigating it, not even filing a lawsuit, I could get you a consult. I know some really good Connecticut lawyers. One is actually really good. They get amazing. They had like $100 million verdict in Connecticut, and I can get you a consult with them. Or if they can't help, I know other. I have like two or three, and they're all trial lawyers. They're all really good attorneys. I think that when are you back? When are you back in America, or where do you live when you're in America?
Right now, I'm either in France or in Tunisia. But in the US, I live in Pompano Beach, Florida.
Oh, okay, you live in Florida, but that's okay. But then the case is in Connecticut, right? But you could.
No, 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 because the driver is a New York driver's license. The case is actually, to the best of my knowledge, in New York, sir.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that this lawyer, he wants to file the lawsuit in New York?
I don't think he had any intention of filing a lawsuit because until he didn't even want to get umbrella. He said he believes the adjuster and that there is no umbrella. And only today, after I must have written 10 emails and asked him to do a motion, he said, "Oh, I spoke to the adjuster, and he told me many times there is no umbrella. I'll get an affidavit." And it seems because I pressed on the thing, I have an email stating, "Oh, there is an umbrella that he bought in February 2024, and it's 2 million."
Oh, so what's the primary?
Primary is up to 300,000, and I left the country because I reached my 50K. I think I was at 46, and at that point also I needed help. My family.
No, that's fine. So there's 2.3 million total then, right? 300 plus a 2 million umbrella. So that's good. I mean, there's enough covered. Sometimes people only have like 25,000, so that's a good amount of coverage. Yeah, so let me look into this. So, yeah, maybe we could even take the case then. I see. So I was thinking Connecticut because that's where it happened, but if he has a New York driver's license, it just happened to happen in Connecticut. You're from Florida. You don't have a New York residence, right?
No, but I was residing in New York for many years. I did Pace. I was, I did Lycée Français, Pace University for my master's, Hofstra. I was there, I think, till 2020.
Yeah, the only issue is like if we file it in New York and you live in Florida, they could remove it to federal court based on diversity, different states. I mean, it's not the worst thing. Federal court moves really quick, but it's probably better in terms of the amount we can recover. State court is a little better than federal court. But yeah, let me look into it. Definitely.
The reason I want to switch is because there's no transparency. And the last email I even forwarded to you, he said, "Oh, the adjuster said you had, according to your EOU, you said you had two car accidents prior, which I never had, and I never testified. So I can't trust my lawyer anymore because he should at least know my medical history."
Yeah, and this lawyer, just remind me, where is he? Is he in Connecticut or is he's in New York? This Mr.
He's also in New York.
Oh, he's a New York lawyer. Okay. And oh, he's in Manhattan, New York City, Broadway, you said?
Yeah, and so is he has an office on Broadway. I think he specializes in workers' comp and one in Long Island, the city, meaning Queens, to the best of my knowledge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so let me look into this and I can get back to you. Yeah, maybe we could even help you directly then, or if needed, we could.
I would love that
Yeah.
because I listened to YouTube, and thanks to you, I understood that I could ask for the umbrella myself. That if he wasn't doing it, then he could ask for a motion. Listening to you is like a master's degree in just learning, really.
Oh, thank you so much. And I really appreciate that. But yeah, it sounds like, and then are you planning to do any of these other procedures? I guess later on, right? Possibly a fusion or a arthroplasty, possibly.
Uh, because I had the disectomy, there's a consensus that I cannot have arthroplasty because my bone has been shaved and that it would be too fragile, that I need the cage. But because I did the microfrequency ablation May 5th right now, I don't they can't touch me for another 6 months to a year.
Oh, okay. And is that the wait, the radio, or the microfrequency ablation? Who did that? Was that done in a different country or?
I did it in Paris, but I have all the information from the billing to the reports to everything in
Okay.
detail.
And then the discectomy, is that a different surgery? When was that?
That was in 2012.
Oh, okay. That was before, right? Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And I was doing martial arts, biking, and martial arts combat. I wasn't just, doing tai chi. So, uh, um, I was sharp. I got back. And I did do an MRI in New York in 2017 just to see the progression. And it seemed like everything was back in place and there was enough space. I did stand up MRI on 71st Street. I think it's between 2nd and 3rd.
And why did you do the discectomy in 2012? Was there a herniated disc or what do you remember what level you did the discectomy for?
Yes, L5S1.
Oh, also L5 is right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you had like something there, but yeah, you can claim an aggravation of whatever you had before, or maybe activation, because it sounds like you were better after the discectomy, right? You said you were doing martial arts and things like that, but then this kind of activated and re-aggravated it and made it worse. So yeah.
I was biking, martial arts, dancing, yoga. I was living life.
Yeah, you're pain free. Okay. Yeah, let me look into this and I'll no, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you very soon. And by the way, when do you plan to come back to the US? Or is that like in a few?
Honestly, I was supposed to get back June 26th, but now that I don't feel so good, I need the help. Because here my parents have help at home, cooking and all of that. And so now I was going to leave July 11th, but I'm thinking of coming back on the 30th of July.
Okay. So, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, let me look into this and we could stay in touch and I'll try to help. Let me do a little more research and then maybe we could.
Yes, and just so you know, Mrs. Nikita, is it Nikita? Last week
Oh,
she did
Nikisha?
an
Nikisha?
intake.
Oh, you spoke with her already. Okay, yeah. So she has the intake information.
Yes, to the best of my knowledge, we spoke
Oh,
for a little
okay.
while and chat.
Okay. Oh, perfect, perfect. Yeah, she's here today, so I'll ask her. I'll ask her in person. She's right downstairs today, so yeah, I just saw her. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay. Yeah, we'll get this moving. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Mr. Arkady, there is a possibility that because he's a driver's license in New York, that your office could possibly take it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we could bring it in New York. We just have to see about that. That's the only like threat is that they could possibly then try to remove it to federal court, but it would probably be New York federal court since the defendant lives in New York and the fact that it happened in. Now, why did it what were you guys doing in Connecticut? Were you just like visiting somebody? Or,
I was house sitting. I was house sitting. My friends were in Portugal, so I was alone with a cat. And prior to that, we ate. We had a few glasses of wine, which I didn't want to testify for, and we went to a concert.
oh, okay. Okay. So you were in Connecticut,
Yeah.
but he lives in New York. So I guess you can keep it, probably you can keep it in New York, I'm thinking, 'cause that's where he lives. And then you're in Florida when you're in America, so that's fine too. We could try to keep it in New York State Court, but the worst thing, they would move it to federal, but still probably easier than.
In your experience, something like this, would it need to go to court, or could one settle in a manner that doesn't need court?
Well, I mean, probably depending on, what you end up doing, but if you end up having like surgery or anything serious, what I would recommend maybe is filing a lawsuit and then possibly doing like a deposition, and then during the litigation, they'd probably make you an offer, depending on what we could show in terms of the injuries. Which insurance company is it, by the way, that he has?
All state.
Oh, Allstate. Okay. Yeah, with Allstate, probably you'd want to file a lawsuit and kind of show them that you mean business, and then they'll pay. They're a little, they're not that easy, but we've had cases where they've even tendered the entire policy, like the entire million or even more than that. So yeah, we could do well with them.
Okay, whatever you think is best. And is it easy, since we're still kind of in discovery and I have all this medical, that we would be able to switch with your company once you see if this is okay with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, now is a good time since the guy, he didn't file a lawsuit. He hasn't done anything. So if you switch now, it's perfect. He would just be in, yeah, he'd be entitled, I guess, for a small like quantum merit lien for the work he did, but it wouldn't really be, because sometimes when people switch later, like after depositions or when they're on the trial calendar, it's hard because then the first lawyer is entitled to all of the legal fee, and then the new lawyer, there's not really much that they could get, even if they have to do the lion's share of the work. But here, there's not even a lawsuit, which is the first step, so it's still really early. So there's potential for somebody else to come in and take care of it for you.
If you or Miss Nikita need anything, I have plenty. The MV reports. I have quite a few doctors' reports, except from one missing or two. I have plenty. I had to do other MRIs again too, so I have a lot.
Yeah, I'll text you my email. If you could email me maybe some medical reports and the police report, whatever you have, I'll take a look at that. Yeah, that'll be helpful. I'll text you my email address. Yeah, absolutely.
And I loved your suggestion for Arcadian music. What was it? Arcadian?
Oh, for the name of the channel? Oh, Arcadian Rhythms. You like that?
Yes, because it has another flow and it kind of puts the psyche at ease
Oh,
more than
thank you.
something that, in my humble opinion.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, maybe we'll go with that. Yeah, we need a nice name that has like a nice ring to it. So yeah, it has a nice ring to it. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Do you have any more questions?
No, I think
Be in touch.
no. I'll speak with Nikki. Yeah, I'll speak with Nikisha. I think it sounds pretty good. Yeah, I think we could definitely help. So yeah, let me review this, and I'll get back to you, and we'll start working on it. And yeah, all the best to you. I hope you feel better, and we'll stay in touch for sure.
Yeah, to the best of your knowledge, after a microfrequency ablation, I think the doctor said I needed at least 6 months to a year for a fusion, though. I'm seeing him again July 8th.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I would listen to the.
Sure.
Yeah, I would listen to the doctor if it's someone you trust and everything. Yeah, I would listen to them and see, and then maybe we could find a nice doctor for you for when you're in America, like either in Florida or if you're in New York, we could find some. I have some cases in Florida too, so I could ask some of my attorney partners, and they could maybe find a good doctor in Florida if you want to see someone for when you're back. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The insurance back in end of December when I was leaving had sent two doctors they wanted me to see, but we filed a motion because I had just done the epidurals and I was really in a bad state. So just
Oh.
so you know.
Yeah, no, we'll take a look at everything.
And you'll let me know by midweek if it's okay, if your firm would or would not.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as possible. I'm supposed to go on trial on Monday, so it might be a little bit delayed, but we'll see. Hopefully, my case gets
By the
resolved.
end of the week.
Yeah, I think it should be okay. I think it should get resolved or settled, and but we'll definitely. I'll let you know ASAP. Okay.
Okay, so for now, would you like me to email you all the information and CC Mrs. Nikki?
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, if you can. Yeah, send it to. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Send it to me and CC her. That way we'll have it. We'll just take a quick look, and yeah, the more information we have, the better, and then we could get started on everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll send you progressively, and I'll say this is America, this is Paris, this is Tunisia, so it's like it's organized.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arkady.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope you feel better. And yeah, if you have any other questions, just feel free to text me. We'll stay in touch. And all the best to you.
Thank you, sir. Yes, and I look forward to working with you, sir.
Okay. Okay, great. That sounds great. Okay. Talk to you very soon.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, okay. So you could see there we had a consultation with this nice lady. She has a pretty good case. She's a passenger, so she's not at fault. The driver, goes really quickly, slams into a wall. She hits her head. She has this neck injury as well as a lower back injury. Now, she had a prior injury from 2012, but it was asymptomatic, meaning she was doing yoga, biking, tai chi, she was better. So it's going to be hard for the defendants to claim, hey, this injury from 2012 suddenly and spontaneously and just miraculously resurfaced for no reason in 2024, 12 years later, right? This crash was an aggravating factor that caused this injury to resurface, and we can recover for all the ways in which that prior injury was made worse by this crash. So it sounds like a good case, and I like the fact that there's 300 in insurance with a 2 million umbrella, but unfortunately this attorney is not really prosecuting the case. He's just kind of sitting on it. He didn't even want to find out about the 2 million umbrella, which is kind of mind-boggling, but I guess that happens sometimes. And she also mentioned she's not able to do her job as a teacher or as a tutor, an interpreter. So I'd like to look into this case further, but I think it definitely has potential. And if it's worked up the right way and she gets the right medical care, it could potentially be the primary of 300, possibly even a lot into the excess of 2 million. So it could be a nice case. And the logistical aspect of it, whether we could keep it in New York State court or whether it has to go to federal court, but either way, it could have substantial value. So I hope this was helpful. Let us know what questions you have, and we are here for you. Our goal is helping serious injury victims and families. All the best.